Of injuries at Saturday, is there any squad news you can give us ahead of the game?
McAllister will be out. I've not had a medical report, but it looks like it's a reoccurrence of an old injury. Unfortunate for the lad, he's done really well for me, but he'll probably go back to Everton. It looks like a bad injury, unfortunately.
What do we know about Hamilton? You know, they've obviously come through their tie, a pretty entertaining tie it seems by all accounts down there. What are we expecting from Hamilton on Saturday?
I think it'll be a more open game than it was against Montrose. I think they've only lost 6 games all season. Obviously they've come second in the league, so they're a very good team. I think they've lost 1 game in the last 6 against Falkirk, who were the outstanding team of the year really. So it's going to be a tough match for us. Obviously they were well ahead of Montrose, for example, in the league, so we're expecting a really difficult match.
Last week you were away from home in the first leg, and I think you said yourself that you were quite fortunate to come away with a draw in the end there. How important is it that you get off to a good start, especially in this tie against a team that, you know, I think you've just said there are perhaps slightly better than Montrose?
I think it's always important to get off to a good start, isn't it? If it was as easy as that, you could always get off to a good start. But yeah, you're right, we need to start at a good tempo, we need to go down there, and we're going down to win. You know, we'll be the favourites going into the tie, so we've got to play much better than we did in the last game, the last round of games, because I thought on Saturday against Montrose were much better, although we struggled to break them down. But we need to go down to Hamilton and perform at our maximum to get anything out of the game.
And in recent weeks you've had to call on some of your more experienced players, given injuries, ask folk to maybe do different roles. How's that been? You know, if you've got a good bunch of guys in the dressing room that you can rely on, what are you asking from your players for the games ahead? Yeah, I've got a great bunch of players, to be honest with you. They've been excellent, they've worked their socks off, and yeah, they've got to play in different positions because we've had a horrendous injury record. But you know, nobody's really interested in it. You've just got to deal with it, you've got to get on with it, and you've got to win games at football. We've managed to be doing that lately. We're on a good bit of form. You know, coming into the playoffs, we're on a good bit of form. We've managed to keep 2 clean sheets back to back. So we're a team that doesn't concede a lot of goals, but we need to make sure we stick them in the net, don't we? Some of the fans have been a bit critical of performances and indeed yourself in recent weeks. How do you address those concerns? Do you have a message for the fans? There's fans, isn't there? There's fans up and down the country. There'll always be, there'll always be criticism. I think the majority of fans have been fantastic. They've backed the team. I think the majority of the fans backed the team on Saturday. It wasn't easy, red hot day. I think it was 24 degrees. Montrose sat on the edge of their 18, and we struggled to break them down. So I think the majority of fans have been very good with us. But you know, there's fans up and down the country now. Just finally, Duncan, you know, a lot at stake with these 2 games. You said last week you're desperate to remain in the Championship. What would it mean if that wasn't to be the case and you were to drop into League One? Well, it'd be a disaster for everybody, wouldn't it? For the community, for the fans, you know, for the club, financially, for the players. People's jobs are on the line. So really, it's critical that we do our very, very best to stay in this division. I think the boys have been absolutely 100% behind me, behind the club. They've, as I said to you, I don't know off the top of my head, I think it was 3 games in 13 games or something. So, you know, we need to make sure we continue that consistency. We need to play better than we did against Montrose, because Hamilton will be a tougher task for us. But we're ready. But it's critical that we stay in this division. But we've got to perform. Perfect. Thank you, Duncan.
You were saying there about how jobs are on the line. That was something similar to what Mark Rogers was saying last week. Is that well known within the squad exactly what's at stake here, you know, across the club?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, if you get relegated from a division in any club up and down the country, there's people's jobs are on the line. It's a financial implications for the club, for everybody working at the club, for the players. So I think everybody's well aware of that.
You were mentioning about Sean there at the start. How much of a blow is that, considering his previous issues with injury this season, and also at the time of the season that it's come in at as well?
It's a massive blow for us, a massive blow for Sean. Young player, exciting player. They've got high hopes of him at Everton. You know, that's his second reoccurrence since he's been here with that injury. He had it before he came here. He'd rehabbed. That's 3 times and he's had it, I think, in the last 18 months. So we feel for the lad. He's making a big difference to our team, as you could see. But hopefully, I'm sure he'll have a speedy recovery.
You know, many people saying Hamilton are a very big club to be in the current league that they're in, and many obviously saying about Caledonian Thistle in terms of the position they're in. Are these two clubs that are in a position that maybe they shouldn't be due to the size of them and where they've previously been in the past?
I think it's just results will determine, won't they? Where we are. Hamilton obviously got relegated last year. We're fighting to stay up this year. They're two big clubs. They're a full-time team. They probably expect that they can be in the division up, but they've got to perform as well. And we're a big club as well. So two big clubs, and hopefully we'll come out on top.
What are you expecting from them, particularly?
They're good in the wide areas, strong in the 1v1s in the wide areas. The lad up front, was it O'Hara? O'Hara scores a lot of goals for them. So yeah, look, and it's going to be tough. They've only lost 6 games, I think, all season. So and I think they're undefeated in the last. They've only had 1 defeat in the last 6 games against Falkirk. So tough match. Plastic pitch. We'll have to deal with it, but there we go.
Do you expect them to come out at you, unlike Montrose, in a different kind of fashion?
Yeah.
There's a lot of pressure on them, I think, as well.
Yeah, no, I think there'll be a more attacking. I think Hamilton will come out as a bit more. So that's what we're expecting.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting a good game, an open game, one we're ready for.
Will that suit you a wee bit more to an open game?
Yeah, I think it suits most teams, doesn't it? I think it's tough to break a team down if they're sitting at the edge of their 18, which a lot of teams do. It's a good tactic, but I think that's what Montrose did, and it worked well for them. And it's key to get that first goal, isn't it? But I think on Wednesday it'll be a more open game.
You mentioned about the kind of fallout if you don't succeed, but do you have to protect the players a wee bit from that as well? Just focus them on the game, or is it actually a motivator for them to
Yeah, it should be all motivators, shouldn't it? No, but at the end of the day, we're fighting to stay in this division. Much more motivation you needing, and of course everybody knows about the jobs and the club dropping out of the division, the financial implications. So yeah, I think there's plenty of motivation there. The team's been motivated for the whole season, to be honest. Yeah, as I said to you, we're 3 points off your 5th, aren't we? So we're not a bad team. And I know Hamilton are a very good team as well. So it'll be a good round of matches.
You've obviously lost Sean, you've got Charlie Gilmore back. I know they're different players, but is that a timely boost for you?
Massive boost for us. We love Charlie. As you said, he's a real professional, real warrior, great player, and it was great to see him back. I probably pushed him in on Saturday because it was so important to us. He's such an important player for me. So he's up and running now. So fingers crossed he can keep his fitness and be involved in the next couple of games.
Jake Davidson is on loan from here at Hamilton Academical. Do you know if he can play against you?
Well, I hope he can play. I'm pretty sure that he can play against us, surely.
Aye.
I don't know, but I don't think Jake would be able to play against us. No, he's your player, isn't he?
Bibi Kai obviously popped up with the crucial goal at the weekend. Duncan, he's known as well for his kind of work rate defensively as well, but that shows where he's prolific at both ends of the pitch, isn't he?
Well, that's it. He's adapted his role a little bit as he's got a wee bit older. We're asking him to do different things in the pitch tactically. But yeah, he popped up in the right position because he's got that poacher's instinct, isn't he? So no, he's been a great servant to the club, and he's scored a lot of important goals for us, and hopefully that continues.
Yeah, he was saying on Saturday Hamilton's a happy hunting ground for him. So
is it? Very good. Well, does that mean he's going to get picked, is he? So no, I mean Billy's done brilliant for me, and I've asked him to do different roles, and he's made him the captain, didn't I? So no, he's a leader, and we're delighted that he pops up important goals for us.
Yeah, those clean sheets are great going into this game against a team who are obviously scoring goals a lot at the moment. You're defensively sound.
Yeah, so far so good. We've not conceded a lot of goals, have we, throughout the season? I think you've heard me say it before. I think we've got the second best defensive record in the league, which is quite outstanding, really, considering we finished 9th in the league. But obviously the most difficult part of football is to stick the ball in the net, isn't it? But certainly keeping clean sheets helps you, gives you a good base.